Hello and welcome back to some more F1 2020 and part 17 of my team career mode with Jordan GP. Thank you for all the incredible support on the series so far. If you are enjoying it, keep smashing that like button down below. We've hit 50 likes on every single episode and we're going over 100 likes on a lot of them, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you for all the support, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button for daily Formula One content. So today we have the Russian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we're still waiting around for these R&D parts. They should hopefully be on the car in time for the next Grand Prix in Japan. I believe it's Japan anyway. So you can see a major chassis upgrade, a major engine upgrade, and a major aerodynamics update. Now, they might be the final big updates that we do this year. I'm kind of tempted to save some resource points and try and push towards next season. I also don't know if there's going to be an R&D reset at any point, like in previous career modes. We'll just have to wait and see, really. But hopefully it'll all be good, and hopefully we'll manage to. Oh, what's these? Are these from Mercedes, are they? No, they're not. I don't really. Oh, no, they are. They are from Mercedes. So you do get some general durability updates from Mercedes as well, which is cool. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Last time out, we had a really good performance in Singapore. Double points finish for us. And Nick de Vries is now in 19th position in the championship. Hopefully he can grab a few more points before the end of the season and maybe work his way up to around Ocon's level. That would be absolutely fantastic if we could pull that off. But yeah, Russia, a track I really enjoy. I think we could do pretty well around it. So without further ado, let's see how we get on in qualifying. Right then, here we come into the final couple of corners around the Sochi Autodrome. It's not the best lap. Our pace has been very up and down this weekend. I think we should have the pace to get through to Q2, but I'm sure we'll find out very, very soon as we come up to the line. It's a 1:33.6, which is quicker than De Vries, but not as quick as Lando Norris. But I think we can improve on that lap. We come out on a fresh set of boots towards the end of the session. Well, as you can see, we're a couple of tenths up, but I'm not entirely sure whether that's going to be enough to get through as we come round the final corner. Come up to the line, 2.5 tenths improved. Where does that get us to? 18th, so the pace hasn't been there, obviously, in Q1. It's a bit of a shame. I think we could have got a couple of more tenths out of it, but, well, I wasn't expecting that, so there you go. Both Jordan cars out in Q1 and a massive 5 tenths off Sergio Perez and getting through. I just don't think we could have really found that amount of time. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a brand new engine that'll hopefully take us all the way through the rest of the season, and we'll try and battle our way back up from 22nd on the grid.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. It's time to go racing then in the Sochi Autodrome, where the long run down to the heavy braking zone at turn 2 is one of 2 DRS zones around this 3.6 mile circuit. The other, of course, down into turn 13. 18 corners make up a lap here today, with an average speed somewhere in the region of 130 miles an hour. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris, Stroll and Esteban Ocon, Perez, Raikkonen, Daniel Kvyat and Gasly, Magnussen, Albon. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Antonio Giovinazzi and the captain, Russell, De Vries, Grosjean and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So down on the track then, brand new engine in the back of the car. Hopefully that'll give us a bit of an advantage as we're pushing our way through the field. Plenty of overtaking opportunities around here, particularly into turn 2 as well as at the end of the second sector. So I'm really looking forward to this, actually. A bit of a challenge to try and get through the field. If we can get into the back end of the points, that would be brilliant, but it's whether the pace is there, to be brutally honest. So tyre wear is never usually too much of an issue around here. So I am actually going to have a look at what a soft to medium. Hang on. So we want to start on soft and move to medium. I want to see what sort of effect that might have on the race strategy. You can see there, 2.6 seconds quicker if we go to lap 8. Let's have a look. Oh no, that one's okay. Right, let's pull that back a little bit. So apparently that's what. So it's going to be quicker to actually get the medium tyres out of the way first, and then move on to the soft tyres and take them through to the end. Okay, let's have a little look at. Okay, apparently that's very strange, but we'll go for it. We will go for it. We'll stick a bit of extra fuel in the car as well, so we can really go for it. Yeah, I'm excited. A bit of a different sort of strategy today. And you can see a lot of the guys around here. So De Vries, he's doing it. So is George Russell. We can see Latifi is doing it as well. Don't know about Grosjean in front of us. There's still that weird glitch where it doesn't take into account your grid penalties. So
clutch bite is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
So warming the tyres and the brakes. Making sure that we're in the best possible position coming into this first corner. First real corner anyway. Of course it's turn 2 in reality, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting Grand Prix. I think this different sort of strategy is going to be really fun. Binning off these medium tyres. So it's sort of everything flipped on its head, isn't it?
For the time being, conditions looking good.
Because the front runners will be running their softs long and minimising their time on the medium tyres, whereas we're going to be minimising our time on the medium tyres and then stretching the long tyres. So it's going to be absolutely hilarious, really. I'm looking forward to it and seeing how it all turns out. You know, obviously the soft tyres will last, so it's all about getting rid of these medium tyres as quickly as possible. That's got to be the strategy, and that's what a lot of us are going for around at the back, to a roll of the dice, if you like, which I always say is what we do best at Jordan. So yeah, looking forward to it. So here we come, round the final couple of corners before we reform the grid. Another possible overtaking spot here, just practicing on Latifi. I want to have a good look at whether Grosjean is on the medium tyres. It looks like he might be, but we'll double check when he turns the corner. No, he's on the red wall, so he's on the soft tyres. So he's going for the conventional method, if you like. But here we come into our grid slots. 22nd position at the start of this Grand Prix. Angle your car better, Joe. Oh, well, that's annoying, but it will restart anyway. So here we go. Ready and raring to go for the lights. Lights out. Away we go here in Sochi then. It's a decent start off the line, but going into turn one, there's a lot of people slowing right down, and we managed to go around the outside of Latifi. We have got a lot of slipstream, and well, look at De Vries, he's just throwing it down the inside, and he's managed to make a whole load of positions. That's the position we wanted to be in, on that inside line, to do basically exactly what De Vries has just done. But that is fabulous from Nick De Vries, and hopefully it's a sign that we've got some decent race pace in the car. It's going to be, as I say, really exciting on the strategy, and Nick getting that high up on those medium tyres, that is really, really nice to see. So, can we go down the inside of Alex Albon here? Yes, we can. We force him a little bit wide. Trying to make as many positions as possible. Oh, we've run out of ERS energy, which is a bit of a shame. But what a start to this Grand Prix. I still can't believe Nick overtook about 8 different cars in turn 1. Well, there goes Albon round the outside, trying to undercut him there, but didn't quite work out. So Charles Leclerc leading the way. Good for him. Well, going on to lap 4 of this Grand Prix, you can see how close we are to Nick De Vries now, who's just been a sitting duck without DRS. Has he got DRS on Magnussen? I think he has, so that's going to help him in his defence with Albon as they go side by side. We're side by side with Giovinazzi. He doesn't manage to get past, so Albon through on De Vries. So how can we hopefully get past him at the next DRS straight? That's what I'm hoping for. Giovinazzi having a look though, and he's managed to throw it down the inside, and he's, well, caused a bit of damage. I don't think on my car, thankfully, but wow, he was a bit aggressive there. Well, we're through on Nick De Vries. It was a pretty easy move in the end, and now we're in a bit of clean air. Hopefully we can pull away from him and catch up to Magnussen ahead, because he's somebody that we should definitely be beating on race pace in the Haas. But we will try our absolute best to get up to him. But we are coming into the pits on this lap, so that's something to think about. I'm going to have those brand spanking new soft tyres, which will hopefully give us an incredible turn of pace. So here we come into the pits then. 37 miles per hour. Some other people are in the pits as well. Russell coming in with us. You can see Ocon and Perez have come in as well, so they must be on a similar strategy. So it's going to be really exciting to see what happens here in this race. Are we going to be massively disadvantaged because we didn't have track position? Or or is it going to be a genius
That was our
move? So
last
here we go.
No more
We're away.
pit stops.
It's time to push on these tyres now. Push hard for the next 3 or 4 laps until they come into the pits. There you go. Nick de Vries has just come into the pits, and look at the amount of time we've made on him. Even Russell has undercut him there, so that's a huge confidence boost for where we might end up if we keep going at this pace. There you go, there's Grosjean. He was a car that was just behind us on the track, and there's Albon up ahead, so a car that we have no real right of being in the same league with. He's just ahead of us, and we'll see how our pace compares to him on the medium tyres, because soft should give a bit of an advantage, but then he has such a pace advantage in his car. I'm not sure we'll see the full effect, but this is looking good.
3.6 seconds.
So here we come round then, and there's Kevin Magnussen. He was a car that was ahead of us, and we've managed to come out easily in front of him. So up to 16th now.
Some information on Albon. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
So Albon's got an issue up ahead. Can we catch him before the end of the race? I don't think we're going to catch anyone else. We'll keep an eye on those split times.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. Okay, clear.
Some yellow flags, not entirely sure what that's about. I'm assuming maybe somebody behind has retired. But Albon's still pulling out a gap to us, but Nicholas Latifi is out of the session.
Lap, final lap of the race.
Well, on to the final lap then, and well, nothing's come of Albon's issue. He's stayed a constant gap ahead of us, and it looks like we're going to finish 16th today, which I suppose, you know, isn't too bad. Starting from 22nd, we qualified 18th, so and Nick de Vries has just passed Kevin Magnussen, so he's now the car behind us, and I wonder whether he's going to try and overtake us before the end, or whether we're going to come home a second apart from each other, which is good. You know, I'm quite happy that he's come in just behind us. Once again, though, it does show, you know, we're much stronger than he is on race day. Generally, you know, we usually finish a long way ahead of him, and even today we started 22nd. He had an insane turn 1, and we still might finish ahead of him, but he has got the DRS. We use an overtake button to try and defend. But he doesn't really try anything on us. We go a little bit wide, but yeah, there's no chances now to really overtake, and Bottas has won again here in Russia. He has an excellent record at the Russian Grand Prix, and it's another win for him, and goodness me, if he hadn't had so many retirements this year, he could have won the World Championship. But we come home in 16th, not the best race, but hey, we have them once in a while. Some tracks just don't suit the car. But we got driver of the day, and that's all that matters to me.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the updated driver standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the captain. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, there you have it then. Valtteri Bottas wins the Russian Grand Prix. So looking at the championship then, he's reduced the deficit to 57. It was 97 just a couple of races ago. But 57 points now the lead for Lewis Hamilton. I think there's 5 rounds to go. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, 5 rounds to go. So that means a maximum of 130 points if you include the fastest lap points as well. So plenty of points still for even Max Verstappen to amazingly win the World Championship. Looking at the Constructors, Renault move up to 5th. We are still solid in 7th. Hopefully this big upgrade that we've got coming will help us out. I will actually continue forward, because if there is an R&D reset, I want you guys to know about it. I have had the email, so that could be something that could happen. Here's Claire.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
I'm really glad I can live up to their expectations.
It was more like Dodgems than Formula.
Rubbish.
Well, thanks anyway.
Oh, she gets so ratty when you don't comment. But don't ask stupid questions. You know, it's quite simple, really, isn't it? But there we go. There's the rivalry with Danny Kvyat. We're still ahead in that. 4 races remaining. The team Acclaim, well established, and some excellent money from our sponsors. So let's head back to the team headquarters, and I imagine Carl at some point will get us all together and say we've got a regulation change. I'm not entirely sure when that's going to happen, but we have had the email saying multiple departments could be doing it.
This week's income from the sponsors is cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Okay, so 5.65 million. That's a big amount of money. It doesn't look like there has been any reset just yet. It says that it's going to happen to a couple of departments. For me personally, I hope it's the durability and chassis department, because we've worked really hard on the engine and the aerodynamics of the car this year. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, that's where we're going to leave it for today. We've got some big upgrades coming for the next Grand Prix around Japan, so that should really help out. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button down below. Really does help out, means a lot to me as well. Subscribe to the channel for daily F1 2020 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.